What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And on today's video guys, I will show you several quite interesting news. First of all, I will show you that potentially we might drastically improve our strength by spreading this information to as many people as we can. And one of the possible ways I will show you in today's video. Then I will show you how authorities create the loopholes that might be used by wrongdoers in order to cover their illegal position. Then I will show you how the short system works and how you can quote-unquote legally make several illegal shares out of one 100% legal share. On top of that, I will show you how authorities are trying to show you that they are working hard in order to fight against the illegal activity on the market. And at the end of this video, I will share my personal story. That is why please watch this video till the very end, because it is very important for me personally. And before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm in order to spread this information to as many people as we can. It is very important to do so, because the more people know about our case, the more chances we have to solve it in our favor. And let's start with this news that is directly related to the same statement. Michael AME wrote this tweet on May the 5th. He wrote, "It's go time, GME, AMC, BBBY and MMTLP. What's the message you want the world to hear about corruption in Wall Street?" And he refers to the tweet that was made by Palt on May the 5th as well. And Palt wrote, "Can you write some draft tweets for me about Ken Griffin and Citadel and what they do wrong? Thank you." And guys, let me show you that this Twitter account is quite popular. It has more than 3 million followers. And definitely, this type of allies who has an extremely high level of followers might definitely help us. And if you know someone who are asking for the same information, please contact them and give them our case. Give them information in regards to our case. Let me show you that Baron Doku HLSD King of Truphilia wrote this tweet. So quite weird name, but he said, "FINRA admitted there were more shares in MMTLP than issued shares of TRCH. This is per their own investigation, not from NextBridge Hydrocarbons. Even if it's just one share over, that's a share that doesn't exist and should never trade. It's fraudulent manipulation." End of story. And guys, a lot of people know about the naked short selling problem, but at the same time, if they have any power, any legitimate power to prevent this activity, they do nothing. And let me show you, for example, this tweet that completely explains the behavior of authorities. RareDD wrote this 5 hours ago. There have now been 2,268,788,288,608 in Treasury settlement failures at the DTCC in 2024. The same SEC that allowed FINRA to ignore the FTDs in MMTLP is allowing this to occur. If market makers get their way this Tuesday concerning the CAT exemptions, then it will be painfully clear that the SEC is facilitating this behavior. In my opinion, what a scam. And guys, he's talking about the information that was yesterday disclosed by Curtis. Basically, we have tomorrow we have a deadline for the Congress members to vote for or against CAT exemptions. And definitely this might solve a lot of problems, or on the other hand, this might issue even more problems for retail community. And let me show you again this tweet in details. RareDD refers to the tweet that was made by Max Squeezy the Cow 15 hours ago. And Max Squeezy the Cow wrote, "FTDs at the DTCC, another weekly update. There have now been more than $2.2 trillion in Treasury settlement failures at the DTCC in 2024. bringing the 2024 daily Treasury settlement failure average to $26,288,119,634.98. And the weekly FTD total for April 29th to May the 3rd to $119,056,617,491. Guys, these numbers are mind-boggling, and it is really impossible to believe that this is the reality for the US economy. Let me quote you further. As a reminder, the US Treasury settlement failures at the DTCC are facilitated by Fixed Income Clearing Corporation, FICC, a DTCC subsidiary who is simultaneously covered clearing agency, self-regulatory organization, and central clearing counterparty, as well as the sole central counterparty to process trades in securities issued by the federal government, ergo US Treasury securities or US Treasuries. It should also be noted that while FICC issues penalties for these FTDs, there is a catch, or loophole rather. And here's the details of this loophole. By the way, guys, you can see all the documents, all the screenshots from the documents that proves these statements. Let me quote you further. Due to this loophole, where there will be no financial charge for filing unless the TMPG rate is greater than or equal to 3%, firms that have failed to deliver or settle Treasury securities in time to settle a trade at the DTCC have not paid fees for failing to deliver Treasury securities at the DTCC for 403 consecutive trading days. And guys, 403 consecutive trading days, it is almost 2 years, because in general there is 252 trading days a year. And this means for 2 years these wrongdoers have an exemption. Let me quote you further. One last thing to note is that DTCC and its subsidiary FICC are registered as a clearing agencies with and regulated by the US Securities and Exchange Commission. This means all DTCC FTDs are occurring on the SEC's watch. And guys, this is another mind-boggling information. I didn't know about this, and I thought that something wrong is happening on the level of just companies, not the entire US Treasury level that is basically directly related to the entire US economy. And this, in my opinion, is the real problem for US economy. Let me show you that one of the ways how potentially these wrongdoers are trying to hide their information is to switch their positions to another countries, to switch them abroad. And here's the potential way how they can hide even deeper this information. Let me quote you this tweet that was published just 4 hours ago. I'm not a tech person, but how would a US regulator use a server hosted in another country across the globe? Asking for a friend. Thank you. And here you can see the screenshot that Nasdaq Technology uses the server that is located in Stockholm. And quite interesting detail, but in my opinion, this sensitive information should be stored on the US territory. But it is what it is. Let me show you even further. Here you can see the tweet that was published by Whisker, and it says, FINRA publishes over-the-counter trading information on a delayed basis for each alternative trading system and a member firm with a trade reporting obligation under FINRA rules. How are you tracking non-FINRA members? And yes, if they track their own members with a delay, as you can see, it is the screenshot with the same exact statement from the official FINRA's website. How in the world they are tracking non-FINRA members? And this fact doesn't support the transparency of the market as well. Let me show you another quite interesting update from Susan Trimbath. She wrote this tweet 11 hours ago. I explained it in 2006 to court boards, lawyers, DOJ, FBI, etc., including several folks now calling themselves activists for shareholder rights. It's 2024. They claim to be shocked to find that there are more shares circulating than issued. And guys, here's the scheme. quite detailed scheme with the explanation how one share might magically become several shares. So here is the scheme itself. One deposit a real share at A. So, for example, it is John Q who deposited his share with Merrill. A holds a share A1 at DTCC. So here is the share itself, and here is the DTCC screenshot, so-called screenshot of these holdings. Next one, 2 buys a share from B. As you can see, this is the second person, and he buys this share from B, but B doesn't have this share. And A lends share to B for settlement, and it is quite obvious that this position should be covered. Next, B holds a share for 2. B2 is free and clear at DTCC. In other words, it's available for lending. Here's another so-called screenshot that everything is settled in DTCC, and this means this share might be landed again. And next point, 2 buys share from A. So here you can see that 2 buys share from A because because DTCC has the reflection of this presence of share. And B lends share to A for settlement, because for now B has this share, and A2 is now available for lending. And this cycle is pretty much a never-ending cycle, when one share might be lended for several times to be held in short position. And this is how the legal system works improperly, and and this system should be fixed. In my opinion, as a trader, I think we have to let the shares to be lended only once, not 2, 3, or several times. And only in this case, our market will be very well balanced, and we will not have an imbalance in favor of short positions. So let me show you another quite interesting update. We know that FINRA and SEC are trying to show that they are working hard in order to fight this illegal activity on the market. And here you can see that Christian Shaughnessy wrote a $448 million fine. JP Morgan Chase fined an additional $100 million fine on top of the $348 million fine in March, because it allegedly didn't monitor billions of transactions. In March, the Treasury Department's Office of the Comptroller of Currency and the Federal Reserve Board issued penalties worth more than $348 million against JP Morgan for allegedly failing to surveil billions of transactions on 30 trading venues. In a regulatory filing Wednesday, the bank disclosed a third US regulator will require it to pay a civil penalty for $100 million after offsets of amounts paid to the OCC and FRB. And guys, on the one hand, it is a very good activity and it is a quite substantial fine, but in general, in these billions of positions, billions of transactions, they had $49.6 billion. And Jimmy Ricketts wrote this tweet 7 hours ago. If you divide $448 million by $49.6 billion, it equals to 0.009. This means it is less than 1% of what they made last year. Wouldn't call that proper punishment. Also, paying $40 billion since 2000 to resolve 277 enforcement actions and lawsuits involving toxic securities abuses, etc., is $9.6 billion less than what they made in 2023 alone. So guys, this means these fines are nothing else but just the cost of goods. And that is why all these banks, all these wrongdoers, they do the same on a daily basis, and they do it for quite a long period of time. They use the loopholes of delayed information. They use the loophole of 403 days of grace period, when they shouldn't do anything in order to disclose their short position. And that is why all these market makers, major banks and other wrongdoers have the line in their balance sheet, securities sold and not yet purchased. And again, guys, how we can help to solve this problem? Definitely for now we have several ways. One of them is the litigations, and the next potential major lawsuit will be filed by Mark Basil within the next couple of weeks. Another path is to contact Congress members in person, and Don Fis will start to do it again this week, and that is why, guys, we have to support all of our community members who are headliners and who are working hard in order to support the entire MMTLP community. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium